All right, folks, sorry about that delay. So first of all, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening based upon wherever you're joining us from today. So my name is Vignesh. So as you might have noticed, I'm the chief organizer for this event. So today's event will be called as Microsoft Purview Days, and I'd like to begin by welcoming you all to this one-day virtual event. As the name says, it's a one-day virtual event that completely focuses on Microsoft Purview and related technologies. So I'm here to sort of give you, let's call this as, I just want to give you a lay of the land of how we'll be doing this event. Some basic guidelines that I want you to abide with for the rest of the day. And with that, I'll be handing it over to the keynote speaker. All right. So what do we have in house for you today? So we have a day full of learning, as I said, and it is completely focused on the Microsoft Purview stack. It's a 9 hours non-stop virtual event. When I say non-stop, we don't really have breaks in the minute. So every session will be starting one after the other. Uh, we have two tracks running in parallel. When I say two tracks, so unlike our previous events, we don't really have a criteria for every single track, right? In the past, we would say, well, this particular track is for Microsoft 365, the next one is for Microsoft Azure, and the third one is for Power Platform. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't do it for the Microsoft Purview event. So what I would recommend is go to the agenda, look for the topic, and if you feel that, well, this session I want to join it on track one, and maybe the next session I'm planning it to joining on track two. So whatever works for you, feel free to do it. There is no set criteria. Of course, all sessions will be deep dive with loads of demo. In terms of speakers, so myself and all the other organizers, we made sure that we picked the best when it comes to this event. So what it means is we have Microsoft MVPs, we have industry leaders, cybersecurity experts, and also folks from the Microsoft product group and engineering team who will be joining us to share their insights. Uh, so today's session is just not about somebody presenting and you're just sitting in front of your computer and listening all day. This also gives you a lot of chance to ask more and more questions. Just make sure that you're parking your questions towards the end of the session, and also it gives you a chance to have to do some network maybe with your fellow attendees or also with the speakers. uh, we also have a special keynote by the product leader, so who is Hamid Rajab. So he's a director of product strategy and marketing management from Microsoft. He's from the Microsoft Purview team. He has some good insights to share with us. And that is also an exciting opportunity to win exciting goodies and some super discount from the Microsoft Press Store. So what you need to do for this, just please bear with me for a few more minutes. In the next slides, I'll be talking about that. So here are some important session guidelines. So please make sure that you stick to that so that we could have a fruitful event and we also respect the time. So each track has its own Teams meeting URL, and you can find it on the event website. So what I mean is, if you go to track one, all the sessions in track one, they're all part of a single team meeting URL. So you could just stay on the same meeting. So you'll just that speakers will be joining one after the other. The same goes for track two as well. Uh, and some basic requests. So please keep yourself muted throughout the course of the session. The last thing we want is somebody keeping themselves unmuted and hearing some background noise. So we don't really want that happening. Just some basic hygiene. So please make sure that you stick to that. In terms of questions, what I would recommend is for every single session, I'm pretty sure you would have a lot of questions to ask. Please park that towards the end so that the speaker gets to finish his session and then you can ask the questions. And of course, a good recommendation that I would like to suggest is you could also post that on the chat while the session is going, so that the speaker, once he's done with his session, they can just go back to the chat and they can look up for the questions and start answering them. Um, so after the session is over, as I said, please stay on the same Teams meeting and the next speaker will be joining. And we are trying to do our best to make sure that all the sessions will start on the exact same time mentioned on the agenda. But then that completely depends upon the speakers, completely depends upon how much time you're spending in the session. So we don't really want to prolong the entire event on a Saturday. That's the last thing I want to do. So please, let's not do that and let's stick to the time. Uh, so in terms of attending the quiz, so the quiz is planned towards the end of the session. All the questions on the quiz will be coming from the sessions itself. We are not planning to pick something outside and ask you. right? So all the questions will be coming from the session itself. So please make sure that you pay close attention to all these sessions and take your notes. We want you to sign up to a portal called as Quiz Hub. I'll be sharing the URL and how to sign it up in the next few slides. So please make sure that you sign up for that well in advance, because when we are doing the quiz, we don't really want you to spend time in signing up at the last. Yeah. And if you're somebody who's not part of our meetup group, please take the time to join our meetup group. So we are called as Microsoft 365 Power Platform and Cloud Security India User Group. You can find us in meetup, and the URL is also here. You could also find that on the event website. So please make sure that you join us so that you don't get to miss out on all our events. In terms of the organizing team, I want to make sure that I take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to the team, because without them, an event of this scale wouldn't have really been possible. So, so myself, Vignesh Ganesan, Perumal, Jashit, Tushar, Shrushti, and also we our wonderful volunteers Lalit and Rohit. We also have a lot of unsung heroes who made this possible, and I also want to take the time to thank them as well. Speakers, as I said, I made sure that we picked the best speakers in the world. So of course we have folks from Microsoft, we have Microsoft MVPs, industry experts, and folks who have been really doing a lot on the Purview space. So you really have a lot for you today. To attend the quiz, as I said, so this is the portal. So quiz.confab.com. The quiz will be exactly at 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. IST time. So please make sure that you visit this portal, sign up, create your account, so that during the quiz at the end, you're just ready to go. Yeah, and even back then, we'll be guiding you about how to enter the quiz. It's if you have used some portals such as Kahoot, or Menti, it's similar to that. It's no different than those products. All right. So as I said, it's a one-day virtual event, and in terms of goodies, so what do you get to win if you are a winner in the quiz? So, well, we have four prizes here. The first prize, as you could see in the screen, is nothing but a Lenovo Tab, an expensive goodie which you can't miss. The second one is an Amazon Echo Show 8, second generation. The third goodie that we have for you is a Boat smartwatch. And in addition to that, Microsoft Store was kind enough to collaborate, and they're ready to give us some good discounts. So it's just not about the first, second, and third place. We also have four more prices also to give, but these four more prices would be discount codes. So what this means is we have a fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, and seventh place also. There will be some good discounts that you could use to purchase, let's say, some books on Microsoft Press Store or ebooks on Microsoft Press Store, and also even if you want to purchase a video course, even that is also possible. We are giving about 40% discount. You could use the event code and do it. But as I said, this is only for the people who get the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place. I also want to take a moment to thank all our sponsors, because all the promotion that you have been seeing, all the logistics, everything that went into this was made possible only because of the help of sponsors. So I want to take a moment to thank Microsoft, Thantara Technologies, Rapid Circle, and Assisto for being there and helping us to get this event out there. So today is just not about we learning technology. We also want to take this opportunity so that you could donate something for the community out there. So for this event, we have partnered with the Don Bosco Navjeevan Society. So this is a community which is helping to promote and support child education. So on the event website, you can just go. There is a link that we have created where you can just click and make your payment. So I would encourage you all to do that. So with that, I would like to hand it over to our keynote speaker, Hamid. So Hamid, over to you. Let me.
Good morning.